Good morning, folks. This is Kranti from New Jersey with a great weeding tip for you. Anyone who grows vegetable gardens or shrubs or plants or does any kind of gardening knows that our biggest enemy is weeds. Believe it or not, the best weeding tip I got was from a pravachan. A pravachan is a religious discourse. Don't judge me. I was listening to one the other day by Guru Ma, and basically what she said is, she was basically answering a question about a devotee who was trying to focus on his studies, and he says he keeps getting distracted with other useless, unproductive things. So she said, say if you had a garden, a vegetable garden or a flower garden. She said if you keep trying to pull out the weeds are always going to come back because that's the easiest thing to come back. Instead, she says to fill up the space where weeds would potentially grow with something that you actually would want. Okay, so not to leave any room for weeds. And so she said, I mean, the analogy that she's trying to make is, say you want to focus on your studies and on schooling, then to do other productive, useful stuff, and I guess that's why most people will send their kids to piano, Kumon, taekwondo, whatever it is that they send, because those are productive stuff, instead of just telling the kid to, okay, sit down and don't be naughty, don't do this. Instead, we're filling up space. Anyway, coming back to our garden, so this is my shrubs or flower garden supposed to be, but as you can see, there's a lot of weeds growing here. So these are shrubs that we planted last year, and there was a lot of space in between where weeds were growing. So here's what I did. As I'm pulling the weeds out, I'm filling them. So I did pull out weeds in this area, but instead I'm planting good, useful stuff that will make my bed look prettier, and this is called phlox. Many of you might be familiar. It's spelled Phlox, phlox, and it's a beautiful ground cover. This time of the year it flowers beautifully. If you look at that pink flower bed over there, that is phlox. So that's how it's going to look. Now that took a few years to grow, so you have to be patient, but that's what phlox is. I was just going to show you. So you can rip out a few strands from here and then grow them elsewhere, transplant it, and they grow beautifully. The only thing, like I said, with phlox is that you need a bit of patience because it takes a few years to spread and grow. But they do a good job of fighting weeds for you, because if they're going to cover the ground, then they won't leave any space for weeds. Okay, so I planted that and phlox over here, and here what I have done is, this is from my kitchen. It was basil. I had a basil, I was using that for recipes, and now I have planted that. Now it looks like it's kind of dead, but I think the roots are active. So basically that is the strategy I'm using. As I'm going to pull the weeds out in my shrubs garden over here, I'm going to plant them with useful stuff. Oh, and I also found these while I was cleaning out the garage. So I found some seeds, so I will be planting them as well in the place of all these weeds. Now hopefully that strategy works. Logically, Miss Guruma's strategy seems correct to me, so hopefully we put that. And before I sign off, I just wanted to show you this beautiful pink carpet. I think you can see some of the flowers still falling down as we speak. Oh, and then some of the flowers have got stuck in these trees too. They look like pretty decorations. So they're basically from the Kwanzaa cherry tree here, and the Kwanzaa cherries are in the end of their blooming season. That means the flowers are now starting to shed, and as they fall to the ground, they leave a nice pretty carpet here. All right, so that's it. This is Kranti signing off with the weeding tip of the week. Take care. Bye.